Ooh. Yo. Theo Morgan. Dt6 is done. After I dot the I's. And I must say, these are some damn specimens. Yeah, I just got done painting. I got to dot I's. So, I painted the majority of these for the people, of course, because they say you don't like paint for yourself. You paint for other people. So, the majority of these painted for other people. Looks like 6 of them I did for myself. So this was the this is probably one of my favorite colors, and I wanted to see it on a Dt6 because I don't think I've ever done it. And that is good old blinded by the light shad. Can't see jack. Still can't see it. Suck me sideways. How do I get this light off? Is it black? Is that the problem? Well, can't see it anyway. So if you're curious what that is, that's a tomato shad Dt6. Dude, I've got to get some light going. I don't know what happens. Some days you just can't get anything right. There you can kind of see it. A little flaky on the top. So you get the picture. Sorry YouTube, you get a crappy view too, but that's a tomato shad. I don't think, for whatever reason, I don't think I've ever painted a Dt6. What's up, Rich? What's up, Jay? And I had a couple of foils, and I was like, I really don't want to cover up that foil. How can I add to it to just make a nice looking badass foil? So I did like a SH4 over the stock foil and left the foil, and then just added my own little stuff, and it's pretty badass. Can't see it, but you get the picture over here on the YouTubes. Let's see if I can make it focus. Nope, not gonna focus today. It focuses, but it's like, or if this helps. Do some. I gotta do some light research. Figure out how to get good lighting for showing things. I obviously have some sort of light issue. Anyway, and then I threw in some. God dang! I threw in some Ozarks for the boys. Whiteout shad. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't seem to help. The hand is the background. Maybe it's the gloves. It might be my black shirt and black gloves and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Ozark shads. I enjoy painting those and the tomato sheds and the SH4s. So what I will do, so I will list those in a very limited quantity. I've got 4 of each of those, just for my own sanity while I was painting. Oh, you can see kind of good now on the sticks. Yeah, now you can actually see them. Wonder what's up with that. Back here, you can see them. So there you have those. And then for the people, the Coleman Crawl. That's all of them, AJ. Sound good on YouTube, or is it just Kyle? Rich, you asked how the fishing trip was yesterday. It was actually pretty decent. Ron, what's up, dude? Still powder coating? The fishing trip was good. We got out there and the water was in the parking lot because we'd had a south wind honking all day. So we were well above the tide cycle. So I guess some would call it a bull tide or a flood tide, to where you have a south wind pushing against the incoming tide, so it makes it that much higher. So we got out there and it was incoming, but it was, way higher than it was higher than like what high tide would have been. So as it kept coming in, it was getting higher and higher and higher. So we got out there and the water was churned up in a lot of spots. And I'm trying to think where we started. We started kind of close to the boat ramp and caught 4 like really quick. It was me, my buddy Keith, and his son Huntley, and then we were just kind of trying to, get going and farting around, and caught a few, and that kind of got everybody's line stretched, and then I actually caught the biggest one. Then we ran around to a couple different spots and saw some spots had YouTube is so after that, I mean, we catch like one here, one there, like nothing was consistent. The water was real, like, like dirty water is one thing, but when the wind's blowing and it like churns it up and it's got that silty look to it, that's like not good. I guess it gets in their gills and they don't like it, but there's a lot of that. So I kept trying to run around, and a lot of that was from the wind pushing in the water that was already churned up. It wasn't actually from the wind, but it was a lot of crappy water. So we ended up catching about probably 12 total, from 3 to about 7, which wasn't terrible. It wasn't great down there, but considering how wild the tide was, it wasn't terrible. But I ended up, the highlight of the day was I was fishing over this grass bed. Keith and Huntley were throwing at the bank, and I was throwing on the other side of the boat out towards the grass. And I was throwing a skinny dipper, and I was reeling it along and feeling the grass, and all of a sudden it went, dong, and then it went, dong, like pull down. I was like, oh boy, set the hook, and about a 6-7 pound redfish, and I want to say that's the first red I've caught this year down there bass fishing. So that was fun. That was the highlight of the trip, was catching the damn redfish on a skinny dipper. So yeah, it was. I'm trying to think if I caught every fish I caught on a worm or like reeling something. It was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Strange day. But Jeremy, I did. Those aren't the big ones. The big one is over there. That one. It's about a 164. Those are a little low. Those are a little low 140s. That one on the right, it might be bigger. It's probably high 140s. It might touch 150. I never scored it. AJ, y'all don't have redfish in Nebraska? There's an interesting thing about redfish. There's a few lakes in Texas that have redfish stocked in them, like inland lakes. And there's also a freshwater lake in Gulf Shores, Alabama, that supposedly has redfish in it. It's like right on the beach, or across the road is the Gulf of Mexico. Then there's a freshwater like lake on the other side where people like ski and shit. And yeah, supposedly got redfish in it. I've never been over there and tried to catch them, but that's the rumor. But yeah, there's a few lakes in Texas where they stocked redfish and they like survived. Landlocked snook. I guess snooks can survive in pretty clean water. Let's see here. I need some paint. I need some paint for some eye dotting. And I will say this: I need to talk to. I'm not usually like a person that would like call or like email a manufacturer about something, but I was cleaning. I kept a few of those bass. Y'all don't turn me into the fillet patrol, but I kept a few of their little 12-inch asses and ate them. Or I haven't eaten them yet, but I plan on it. But anyway, I got a new knife for Christmas. I got a Bubba blade, and it's like the, I don't know, 7, 8, 9-inch one. I don't know. Pretty big knife. And that thing is a total piece of shit. Dude, I couldn't even clean a 12-inch bass with it. It was awful. Do y'all have Bubba blades? Does anybody have Bubba blades? Like by the time I got done, like the tip was all bent, and like I feel like I got a dud. Because those are supposed to be like badass knives, and that thing, like if you can't clean a 12-inch bass with a fillet knife, something is wrong. Like I literally felt like it was like my first time cleaning fish because of the way I was having to fight this knife. It was bad. Like I think I got a dud, and then I started feeling on it, and it was just like super dull. And I think this is the second time I've used it. But Doug, you got one and they suck? Dude, I don't like, what's a good fillet knife? Like literally the tip like is like hooked over now. And I feel like it was so flimsy, like you couldn't even like put any pressure. It was terrible, dude. It was terrible. Like you couldn't put any pressure because the blade was flexing. Kyle, don't buy one. That mine sucked, dude. Mine sucked. Maybe the big ones are better, but like I shouldn't have to I shouldn't have to clean a 12-inch bass with a damn samurai sword. Like the 7-inch one or whatever the medium sized one is should clean a damn fish. Um, Especially something as puny as a bass. Like they're easy. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. And I mean, I've knocked the heads off of damn thousands of bass in my life. You know what I mean? Like farm pond fishing, you go somewhere and somebody says, "Hey, we need all the 13 and under inchers out of it." I've done that a couple times where you go to a pond, like a stocked lake, and somebody's like, "We're trying to manage this pond. We need you to catch as many as you can." Um, I've done that, and I've filled up two, like both Triton live wells. And what are they, like 25 gallons a piece, 30 gallons a piece? I'm guessing 25-gallon live well each, 50-gallon total. But I've stuffed them things full to where the fish's tails were sticking out of them. Like I think we after we got done, we counted it and it was like 200. So I mean, I cleaned 200 bass in a sitting one time. That's a lot. Um, I'm getting lots of hits on the old Rapala. Somebody said the old Rapala electric's good. The old wooden handle Rapala. I think I think that's what I need to go look at. What are they, like $20? I got to get something, dude. Like I don't know what we've got. We've got all kinds of random knives out there, but I don't have one that's like my favorite knife that I like clean fish with, and I need to find that. Like when I need to clean a fish, I'm like, ooh, there's my knife. I thought it was going to be the Bubba, but the Bubba is not it. Um, so yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to find me an old wooden handle Rapala. But to me, the Bubba was too flimsy. Do you think? Do you think if I emailed Bubba that they have like some sort of warranty, like a satisfactory guaranteed warranty on a Bubba blade, considering they're, pretty expensive for a fillet knife? I wonder if they have a John D. Who Dexter White Handle. All right, let me write that down. Dexter White Handle. I'm writing myself a note. I'll get the Rapala and the Dexter. Dexter White Handle. Do they make different sizes, John? I mean, I really do think I got a sheet, like they didn't temper it right or something, Rich. I think this thing was like a lemon. I think it was a lemon. I just want to. I need like a customer service number and say, hey, I got your blade. I mean, your Bubba blade, and I have the 7-inch one, and I couldn't even fillet a 12-inch bass. And I'm 40 years old, so I know what I'm doing. Like, it's not me. It's your damn shitty knife. All right, we got another plug for Dexter. I'll look at those. But it pisses me off because like my mom and dad gave it to me, and I know they like dropped some coin to buy a damn Bubba blade, thinking it was a good knife, and that thing is shitty, and I feel like they like trick my parents. It's like like if I would have paid for it, like it wouldn't bother me. But I feel like my parents got duped, and that pisses me off. So um, that's my beef right now. Uh, you can rip me off, just don't rip off my parents, and we're all good. Hmm. Which one of these do I want to use? That one. That one. Dexter. Morgan says he doesn't even think they're $20 for a Rapala. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get both. One, two. Where's my lighter? I know this can be controversial, but do y'all eat a lot of bass? I don't want to stir up shit, but if they trick you, shame on you. If they trick your parents, eat a dick. That's right, Jay. Yeah, yeah. Rip me off and I can deal with it, but like my parents, no, nah. Uh, AJ doesn't have to eat bass because he eats walleye and crappie. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm like the minority around here. Don't like crappie. People always say, "Oh, crappie's the best damn fish ever." No, not to me. I don't like them. I don't like them damn things. I don't like them sac-a-lait. Um, Jay doesn't have to eat bass because he eats mahi mahi all the time. Jay, I don't have means or methods to go out in the Gulf and get mahi mahi. I do have a bass boat though. Morgan, I'm with you. I would rather eat a bluegill than a crappie, and I like bluegill whole, so I can eat the fins. Jeremy, they probably paid for that. It's like I think ICAST is like a cult. Rich, did I tell you my perch story from Maine? When I went to Maine last fall? Jay, I saw some sushi show and the dude was filleting gizzard shad, baby ones. Um, Morgan, you're exactly correct. I'm the dickhead that goes around when all the fish is fried up and like bites the tails off all of them. Oh, but for those of you who, so I've always heard that perch is like the best fish you could eat, yellow perch. So we go to Maine. We're at this house. It's on a lake, and there is, a little paddle boat. Long story, but I go and like find some baits, and these guys give me some grubs, and I go and get my Zebco 33 that the lady who owned the house left us, and I go and go fishing, right? And so I'm out there and I catch a yellow perch. So I'm in one of those I'm in one of those boats you see that you like rent that have the wheels that you kick like with your feet. So I was in one of those. Well, I catch this perch and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna eat this son of a bitch. So I throw him in the bottom of the boat. There's a little bit of water in the like where your feet are. So he's like swimming around in there. But it's not a ton of water. It's just enough to keep him hydrated. So I get back to the ramp, and my brother-in-law's up there, and he said, "Did you catch anything?" I said, "Yeah, caught this perch." He said, "What are you going to do with it?" So I think I'm going to eat it. And he said, "Well, you're going to have to eat it." I said, "Why is that?" And he said, "Because it's dead." I said, "Nah, that thing ain't dead." Like I'm sitting there looking at the perch in the bottom of the boat, and it's like gills are as red as you've ever seen. The water's cold, like it's still cold. Um, Eyes are like have all their color in it. They're like real dark. Like nothing about this fish looks like it's dead. And I said, "That fish ain't dead, bro." He said, "That fish is dead." I said, "Well, there's only one way to find out." And he said, "You're right." He said, "Here's the deal. You throw him back and he swims off, you win. He's alive. You throw him back in and he's dead, you just scoop him up and we cook him." It's like, seems fair. Chunky men. Son of a bitch was gone. I said, "God almighty." So I knew that. I knew I should have fried that bastard, but had to prove a point that he wasn't dead. And I won, but I also lost because I didn't get to eat a damn perch. One of these days. One of these days. I've had walleye. Walleye is delicious. We've talked about this before. But South Jersey, we're just talking about skinning bass. Talking about filleting 5-pounders. Just kidding. Just 12 inchers. And what the Vision 110 of fillet knives is, and it's not a Bubba. AJ, when y'all are ice fishing, do y'all have like cookers in the little ice shanty, and then you like clean the fish while you're sitting there and like have like a fish lunch? Don't get me wrong, guys. It does like make me cringe when I see somebody with like and it's always like a plywood table in their backyard or on the back of their truck, and it's got like, 3 to 5 pounders lined up on it. Yeah, I don't like seeing that, but yeah, I'll eat a micro bass, no problem. The good thing about down here, like on the causeway, I don't think there's a size limit. Them little a little 8-inch bass is real sweet. South Jersey, you're a very responsible angler. You only take what you're going to eat. That's the way it should be. Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. I don't like. I don't like freezing fish. Like saltwater fish, I really don't mind, but I really don't like freezing bass. Um, I usually try to eat it within the a couple days of catching it. I'll tell you what's good is did a crappie once that was in Greece in 90 seconds. 90 seconds after it bit. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Um, you know how it's like a big deal to do redfish on the half shell where you leave the skin on and then you just grill it and you never turn it? Uh, bass like that is really good. If you're looking for non-fried, it's a good way to cook bass. Oh, here we go. This is a good tip. This is a good tip. Doug, I did. Dude, I had a hard time cleaning them bass with that fillet knife. You should have seen me trying to clean that damn redfish with that son of a bitch. I needed a damn axe. Yeah, specks and white trout just tend to get a little mushy if you freeze them for too long. Hell, I think the best fish I ever cooked, fried wise, was a damn ground mullet. I fried some mullet not too long ago, and dude, if you would have eaten that shit, you would have said, "Oh my god, what is this delicacy of the sea?" And if I'd have told you mullet, you'd have said, "Say what?" But we have a cooking tip that says soak in 7-Up over the night and fry the next. What's the deal with the 7-Up? What does it taste like? Can you taste, like, is there any flavor from the 7-Up? The only thing I don't like about an electric knife, Doug, is that on like little bass, I tend to sometimes get a little hasty and cut through the backbone. Jay, I've never heard that people eat snook. That's interesting. I've always wondered that. Gives it a sweeter flavor. I did. I did put an orange Fago, a whole 2-liter orange Fago, in the crawfish I boiled last week. Couldn't tell, but somebody said it was really good. I probably should have done more. I probably should have got like 3 of them. Looking back. Yeah, that was the big thing in Texas was like the little sand bass or white bass or whatever they call them. AJ, I hadn't tried to sell anything, or I haven't tried to ship anything today. I have been hearing my buddy Carrie. Shout out to Carrie at 400 Inc. over there in Dawsonville, Georgia. If you need your boat wrapped, your house wrapped, your truck wrapped, merch, stickers, anything, holler at Carrie. Awesome dude. But I was talking to him a couple days ago, and he said his ship station was down and acting funky. So probably ship station. Jeremy, your wife just walked in with a catfish dinner. Damn, she did good. She must be on some other wavelength, dude. Jeremy's wife is dialed. She said, "I know what this man's gonna like for dinner. Damn, catfish dinner. Hell yeah." Oh, Adam, just trying to get some stuff done. Just trying to earn my paycheck. I love soft shells. I've only eaten them in restaurants, so I've never fried them myself or like went and bought any or like anything like that. Um, I've had them in restaurants; they're really good, but I don't typically go buy food to fry. Like the only thing I really fry is fish, but I've got like I used to not like fried fish. Like I was not. I don't know what it was. It's just a phase I was in where I was like eating healthy and like I don't want to say I was eating healthy, but I kind of like I didn't eat like bread and shit, and I just got kind of turned off from fried fish. But for every piece of fried fish I didn't eat for that like 5 year span, like it's all come back tenfold. Like the cravings for fried fish. Like I could eat that shit, you know, 5 times a week. Yeah, there's a place down in Apalachicola, Florida, that you could like go in there, and I don't know how many places exist like this anymore, where you just like bring in your catch, and they would like if you cleaned it, they'd cook it for you, which is pretty cool. In the world we live in today, I'm sure there's not many places like that anymore. Soak in 7 Up. I'll have to try that. Howdy, hello. Do you cook bass? And if you do, what's your favorite recipe? That's right. We're talking about filleting our treasured sport fish, the largemouth bass. Only little ones, though. Only the small ones, of course. All right. Rarely. Hella ain't eating bass. Might be dry enough to dot the pupils. We'll see. Jay, I have not had any frog legs in forever. Or alligator. Isn't it true that like alligator meat, like the part that makes it taste shitty is the fat? Like you got to get all the fat off of alligator when you're cleaning one to make like the meat taste real good. If you have any, like their fat's what tastes really bad. Like if you get a piece of alligator fat, you'll be like, ugh, alligator's gross. But it's, you got to be careful when you're cleaning. Beer batter breading. Drake's breading. Interesting. Let me write that down. Drake's breading. Drake's breading. All right. Try that next time I catch me a snapper. All right, I need an eyeball. Let's see here. What's the verdict? Silver on this thing? I think silver would work. What side of these? 5 millimeter? 5 millimeter, maybe. We'll see. Rich, I'm with you. I like a cornmeal because I like the crunch. Yeah, that one was good. My dad went fishing with a guy. And he used grits as his batter. And he used grits because it was like the crunchiest. That's what my dad said. He was like, it's the crunchiest fish you've ever had, but it wouldn't like, it won't break your teeth, but it's like really crunchy. And he said it was really good. Sorry if I just gave up that dude's like famous family recipe, but if you're frying and you want to try something different. Is that the right size? It's kind of big. That's the right size. All right. Rich, do y'all have Zatarans up there? Y'all have Zatarans up there in the North Country? Or is that strictly a down south thing? Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, never fails. Zataran's got some legit fish fries. I usually take one of theirs and then I'll like add to it. Like I usually take one of their seasoned packs of fry, and then add like breadcrumbs to it or whatever. A little panko breadcrumb. All right. Nice little specimen there. All right, time to get out the black. Up. Anybody going to rip on anything this weekend? Yeah, my wife Jay is she is obsessed with Tony's. I'm not a huge fan of Tony's because the only thing I taste in Tony's is cayenne and salt, which is not my two favorite flavors. I mean, I like salt, but I just taste heat and I taste a lot of salt. My favorite seasoning, like out of a can or whatever, 100% Cavender's. I use that shit on everything. Next time you make French fries, season them with Old Bay. I can see that. I could see that being pretty tasty. I typically, I know it sounds odd, but if I'm cooking fries, I will a lot of times season them with chili powder. Was fishing today for the swim bait underground tourney, going tomorrow as well, but didn't have much luck today, which is to be expected. That sucks. I think I like what's that stuff? I think I like that Cavender so much because like I can load, like I can go heavy on that, and you tend not to over season with Cavenders. Like you can, but it takes a lot. But like Tony's, you can over season something in like a second. These things are money, dude. Y'all watch Stale Cracker? Isn't that his name? Them things are money, dude. Yeah, I agree. Kyle, isn't that Stale Cracker seasoning the two step? Put that on a cracker, dude. Me and my wife went on a Stale Cracker video binge like a couple nights back, and she's like, "What are you watching?" And then after I like showed her one, she was like, "This guy's pretty funny. Like, he is entertaining." I was like, but he like cooks some legit food. Um, the interesting thing about like I looked up the two-step stuff to see if it was like legit or if it was just some like bullshit that he was just trying to sell just to make a buck because he's like gained 250,000 followers in a year. But I watched some videos of guys cooking with that two-step stuff, and they're like, "Dude, this stuff is legit." So while we wait, we hydrate. That's right. Old Stale Cracker. Put that on cracker, dude. But it's funny, like Kyle is probably going to be a sore subject around my parents' house and all my friends and such. But she already has. She was actually wearing an LSU cheerleader shirt today, and she has lots of LSU football apparel. Marty Burns sent some. A lot of people have gifted her LSU Tiger gear. Nobody has gifted her any Alabama gear, so it's looking like she is going to be a Tiger, which I'm okay with. All my friends and family are probably ready to disown me, but it's the truth. And I will say, I mean, I went to and graduated from the University of Alabama, so I can say I had way more fun at LSU football games than Alabama football games. Call me crazy, but I just feel like the whole experience was better. And I'm sure there's people that, they're like, oh, I hate LSU. But I always had. And even when LSU came to Tuscaloosa and played, like, that was my favorite game because the fans were so awesome. But you have to have thick skin. And I think that's the problem why, like, people can't get along with LSU fans is they're intense and they're, like, very passionate, but it's like it's all part of it. Like they're not trying to like fight you, but like there was always some like hotheads that some like LSU dude would be like fart like just like messing with about the game or whatever, and like couldn't take a joke or couldn't take a little whatever, and they'd like flip out. But I think you just have to be able to roll with that, and I don't think from my experience, like it's just like part of the game. Like that's part of the sport is like shit talking. Like it's not personal. It's just what comes along with it. Put that on a camera, dude. I don't know if Death Valley probably is the loudest stadium in the SEC or NCAA, yeah, for that matter. It's loud. It's real loud. I got to go out on the field a couple years ago, and it really surprised me because I'd never been to Bryant Denny like on the field, but I got to go out on the field at Tiger Stadium, and I was really surprised at how small it was, like the field itself. Like I was in the end zone when they were doing warm ups, and I need to figure out which game that was. You can go back and maybe see me on the replay, but I was really surprised at how small the field felt. AJ, see, that's how I was. Like, if you strike up, in my experience, whether whoever wins or loses, if you see an LSU fan and you're like sitting at the bar with them or whatever, and you strike up a conversation, like they're typically like the most like warming, inviting people you could ever meet, and like you can talk to them for like 5 minutes, and they're like, "Oh, you hungry? You like come to our tailgate, and we'll feed you like jambalaya till your eyes pop out." And it's like, "Oh, great!" It's like, "Oh, you need beer? You need like." They're very like accommodating and like you know friendly, inviting people. Um, and I think that's what I always enjoyed so much about like the LSU games. What time is it? 4:43. Almost knocking off time. Like I don't like. I know this is also blasphemy. But I don't really like. I like college football, but I guess I prefer. I like college football season. Like I like the buzz and the energy around football season, college football season. I don't particularly care to sit around and watch football because to me that's a total waste of my time. I'd rather be fishing or working than sitting around watching a football game. Um, but I do enjoy football season because everybody seems to be like in a good mood. People are excited. Things are happening. It's like it's like the shot of adrenaline that the South needs. Like the rest of the year, everybody's just like lazy and boring. And then when football season comes up, they're like, "Ooh." I'm getting really confused over here in the chat on YouTube because there's lots of Swimbait Underground SU, and then there's LSU chats going on, and I'm trying to like go through the comments, and I'm like, is that? I'm reading like I'm seeing LSU and it's SU. I'm getting confused because I kept reading it as like a LSU tournament, and I'm like, what is this LSU tournament, and how do I fish it? Jeremy, that's the other thing I love about football season is you go to the boat ramp in Alabama, and there is nobody there. Like, it's my favorite time to fish is on a Saturday at like 11 to 2 or 11 to 5. Like, there's nobody out there. You might catch a few boats out there early in the morning, like before a game, like before like middle of the day. But typically, there is nobody out here. Jeremy, what's it take to win one of those Swimbait Underground tournaments? Is it Underground or Universe? Who gets to own the SU? Jay, you like the Seminoles or are you a Gator fan? Or Miami? think I'm getting sick. I can feel it in my nose. The Bean was sick this week from church from Easter because we went into the cry room, not because she was crying, because they had toys and stuff in there and she was getting a little squirmy. So we took her in there and it was like a germ pool. I was getting twitchy being in there. I get a little germophobia at times. Oh shit! I missed a ton of comments because it didn't upload. There's a whole other Ohio State chat going on this side. Arkansas State Red Wolves. Underground tourney is heaviest fish caught during the tourney. Buckeye, I hear you. I hope 20 of these is enough. You think 20 will be enough for people to get their for enough people to get their fix? I'm probably just bitter about Alabama football because when I was there, we never beat Auburn. I was there during the Fear the Thumb era. I was at Alabama for 5 years and we never beat Auburn. Disgusting. We also had like 3 different coaches the whole time. Old Burrow. My little I guess he would be a nephew is nephew-in-law is a huge Joe Burrow fan. But he also lives like 3 miles from Tiger Stadium, so that's to be expected. AJ, later, have fun with your packages. I'm about to dot these I's and roll out myself. What is it? Almost 5. I'm doing good. Three more. UK Wildcats, I got a good basketball team or program usually. I guess that's their claim to fame, right? Basketball. AJ, I had a guy. I felt really bad. He was nice, but he ordered a bait on my website that I forgot I put up, and he ordered it like Saturday. And I remember I saw it. It was like at a weird time when he ordered it, and I saw it on my email, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll remember that on Monday. I didn't remember on Monday. And yeah, like yesterday rolls up, and I was like, yeah, so I forgot to mail that guy's bait on Monday. So here it is 5 days later. I wrote him an email and apologized, but ooh, Green Eye Lures. I love your lures. Y'all follow Green Eye? Dude does amazing work. Green Eye, I'll show you what we're doing here today. Tomato? Oh, you can't see it. SH4. Ozark. South Jersey. These are not. These are for my website. These will go on sale. I don't know when. Probably then that one. Oh, that's nice. I'm guessing Saturday's probably not a good day. Maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday these will go up for grabs. So I'm going to sign them real quick, get them ready. Get them ready to clear coat. Jeremy, I can't believe you don't own a Dt6, dude. I would say it's one of the, I mean, still in production baits. Like it's going to be one of the legendary baits of this like era. Like a Dt6 is like a staple, I would think. I would say. Like for its weight class, like depth range, it's got to be one of the top 6 foot crankbaits in production right now. As far as just fish catching, and this is one of those baits that no matter who the pro is or who they're sponsored by, they've got Dt6s guaranteed. Strike King pros, whoever pros, they've got Dt6s. They might not have all of them, but they've got the 6s. Might even have custom painted ones. Or if you're a Rapala Pro, you might even have custom painted ones. Jeremy, I didn't. I'm not a fan of the 10s. I'm not a fan of any of the big DTs. Morgan, they probably won't discontinue it. They'll just do something stupid. Well, I say that. Rapala is pretty good about consistency. Like their paint stays the same, like their wood's consistent. Like I can't see them doing anything dumb. And the DT line is the best selling thing I think they've got. Right. Or a Burke Pro. Um, I think that would be hugely dumb on. I mean that's not even conceivable that they would do anything like that. But it's not. I don't. It's one of those things. I don't think you can ever have too many DT6s. Because they're not bulletproof. We all know that. They are not bulletproof. Jeremy, you didn't like the Brat? I've heard some people love them. Dude, these SH4s are the titties. Can I say that, or am I going to get banned on YouTube? Jeremy over on the YouTube side said he didn't like the Brat. I've never thrown one. I refuse to. That's for another day. I'm sure you'll probably heard my rant about that. And you only buy the demon one? Give us the rant. I don't know if I have time for it. Oh, the rant was I'll make it quick. So when I was coming up painting, I had dreams, hopes, dreams, ideas of all this stuff that I thought, because when you're hoping and dreaming, you forget all about the reality of like what the situation is. You're just like, I was just young and dumb and just was dreaming, and I was like, this is the bait I want to create, and I'm going to be, I'm going to go down in crankbait history as the guy who made like the perfect crankbait, because this would be it. And I told my dad, I was like, I really like these Bagleys. And he's like, yeah. I was like, they're not very durable. I was like, on the other hand, I really love painting like an RC 1.5 and the scales and the gill plates. I was like, I think my paint style at the time really was built around a RC 1.5 body, Lucky Craft. I said, if I could take a balsa wood body and I could encapsulate it in plastic, so I would have the buoyancy and vigor of wood, but the durability and real life detail of ABS plastic. And I could encapsulate a balsa body with ABS plastic with a gill plate and scales. And I said, I will be the first guy to do this, and it will be the greatest crankbait to ever exist. And this was in like 2010, 2012. I mean, it was a while ago. And anyway, this is when I was here, and I kept trying to explain it to my dad, and he's like, I don't know how you do that. I was like, I can't do that. Like, I don't have the means or methods to like do that at home. So fast forward to me moving to Texas. Get a call from Casey from 6 Cents, who was just on here. And we're talking about baits, and I was like, my it's like, please don't go make this, but the greatest crankbait ever built would be this. And he's like, yeah, Rapala just released that at ICAST. I was like, dude, what? And I like follow ICAST. Like, I feel like, or at the time I did. Like, now I don't care about it because it's all bullshit. But at the time I was like, when new baits came out, I was like interested in it. And dude, he was like, look it up on your phone. So I looked it up. It like, the dude like ripped my heart out of my chest and was like, here's your shitty crankbait idea. Like, throws it in the trash can. I was like, because that was like my $1 million idea that was like gonna take me and Tacklecraft to wherever. Gone. Rapala did it, and they ruined it. They made it look like a turd, dude. They could have not made an uglier crankbait. Congratulations, Rapala. You took what could have been the most badass crankbait ever made, and you destroyed it. You rolled it up in poo-poo, and you put it out there, and it looks like a friggin' pyramid. It's a piece of shit. Like, leave it alone. Like, leave the good idea alone and let me do it, please. Let me do it with what no capital I have to create a balsa encapsulated crankbait. But that was the big dream. I don't know, Morgan. I've never dissected one. I actually do think I own one. I forget how. I think I found one actually on a lake, and it's somewhere around here. Dude, like, the thing about it is, so say I wake up tomorrow and my bank account's got a bunch of zeros on the end, and I'm like, all right, I'm still gonna do this. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a great seller, because I'm just gonna be the guy that's like redoing the brat. You know what I mean? Like, I can't have a personal conversation with everybody and be like, no, just Rapala did it. Like, this was my idea first. Like, but I'm just a crumb. And like, this is how they should have done it. But that's part of it. But the thing about the fishing world is that, like, if you have an idea that's original and you want to do something with it, you better do that shit like tomorrow, because you're not the only one that thinks they're smart or think they've like thought of something. There's actually a lot of people out there that are trying to do the same thing as you, and you know it hurts, like when you see, like when you think you've got a good idea, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit on this, and then when the time comes, uh, you know, when the time is right and I'm ready to like take that next step to like some sort of manufacturing or whatever it is, yeah, like 4 weeks later, somebody drops it, and you're like, damn, that was my retirement plan. Well, I got this other idea. Maybe it'll work out. And then like another month later, somebody brings that out, and you're like, running out of these. Time is slipping away, and all my ideas keep getting used up. So, Young, what's up, you old stinky dick? You in Tahiti? South Jersey. That's the thing about it. The thing that sucks is that like a lot of this shit that I've dreamed up, I was ahead, like way ahead, and I just couldn't do anything with it. And like, but I mean, if I were a different person, yeah, I would have made that happen. But I'm not that I'm just not that guy that like, you know, gets an idea and says, uh, yeah, let me go rummage up 30 grand worth of capital to like bring this bait to fruition. Like I just like I don't know jack shit about that. I'm like, you know, that's not the business side is not where I'm a shining star at, you know, like that as far as like that kind of thing, like growing and getting like outside cash flow and stuff. I always wanted to do it on my own rather than like get other people involved, which seemed like more of a headache. So, you know, I never really did that, but the flange on the cutter worm here in Texas. You already found it. The builder's swamped. Of course he is. I want to say I've seen what you're talking about. Because I too wanted that kitchen linkers. I wanted a. I've never understood why somebody didn't make a damn short speed worm, like a 4-inch speed worm, 3-inch speed worm, just like a compact one. That when you're swimming, it's not so hard for a fish to bite. And it's not hard like down here. Like if you're swimming a worm, a speed worm, like we typically have a lot of fish that are small. Um, uh, so you get a lot of tail biters on like a full size speed worm, but like a little short one would be awesome. And I just don't like cutting them down because I feel like they drag more. Uh, Jay, 100 to 300K to get you started on a swim bait is that seems insane. That thing must fly to the moon. Berkeley subwoofer. Does it do that? Does it have the that tail on it, AJ? The speedworm tail? I'm sure it's discontinued. All right, gentlemen. Enjoyed our little Friday chat. And discontinued. Well, that just sounds like an opportunity for somebody to rip the mold off and start pouring them. That would be nice. They must not have sold well. It's funny the stuff that makes so much sense that never translates to sales. Y'all be good though. Y'all have a good weekend. Go catch some bass and knock their heads off and eat them. Someone did make a mold. How about that? Y'all be good. We'll talk later. Uh-oh, what did that say? You'd have to have specific machinery. Oy. That sounds costly. But y'all be good. Adios. Say goodbye over here.